2 Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son and the Spirit Holy. So call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Alright, that's in the Paleo Hebrew. Double honors to the elders, apostles, bishops of great millstone, ruling well, teaching His truth on the highways and hedges. Alright, risking their lives and freedom to do so. So shalom to the household of faith. Alright, the 1/3 part of Israel scattered to the four winds of the earth. That would be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And those of you who look like the other nations, alright, they go back to the lineage, the 12 tribes of Jacob. Shalom to you and a few sisters out here listening and learning in silence, as the scriptures say to do so. On your brothers to side on your holder. Alright, so yeah, man, the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another. So this is what we see going on with the conflict over there in Iran. Okay, we see the Saudis or the UAE getting involved as well, and we see Iran just took down a $1 billion communications installation. And so that right there is pretty much a severe blow to the hegemony of the United States and the Amalekites, the small hats over there. All right, so you know, we see the people standing up against each other, swords in their hands, missiles, you know, being deployed. And so the count of American casualties is grossly underreported. As we know, on both sides of the conflicts, there are massive numbers or amounts of casualties. Okay, and this is all part of the propaganda. Okay, in the covering up of the truth. All right, so as of late, the Secretary of Defense for the United States has came out and said something in regards to this conflict being like Armageddon, or them sparking, quote unquote, Armageddon. Let's get that. All right, so according to Google, it says, based on reports in early March 2026, over 200 U.S. service members have filed complaints alleging that military commanders are framing the ongoing war with Iran as, quote unquote, biblical mission to trigger Armageddon, okay, and bring about the return of JC. All right, so these people are complaining because they're mixing church and state. These servicemen, they swore an oath to defend the United States, okay, per the Constitution, and not anything else. So the agenda of the current administration is what? America first. And a lot of the sentiment among I should say, the sentiment of some Americans is that if the small hats are the chosen people and quote unquote blessed people, then maybe they should leave the United States and go home, because if they're so protected, if they are the people of the Bible, why are they not over there in their home state? Okay, why are they not in the Holy Lands? All right, so it shows there the hypocrisy, okay, of these people. All right, so let's continue on in 2 Ezra 15 verse 16. It says, let's see, yeah, for there shall be sedition among men, okay, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, you're seeing the sedition. Okay, you got people online stirring up a negative ire toward the politicians. All right, like what I just stated about the sentiment of the American peoples is a sentiment familiar to the other nations as well. It's the same thing. Okay, you know, you got the common folk or the you know, the middle class or poor people speaking ill of their governors and their presidents, their prime ministers, and so on and so forth. Right. So the sedition is dividing the people. Right. So this is the Heavenly Father's determination for these things to be so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be written right here, as right here in verse 16, throughout the scriptures, right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Okay, so this place is full of hubris and pride, which is pretty much the same thing. And it's for the pride, you know, they want to maintain this illusion of greatness. All right, so, you know, for pride, they are very fearful right now, okay, because they always tout peace and safety, right? But the scriptures say they shall say peace and safety, and sudden destruction shall befall them. So this is why a man shall desire to go into a city and won't be able to, because people will be afraid. Okay, it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Right, they'll be afraid. It says the houses shall be destroyed. Okay, you know, if you block borders, if you keep people from going from city to city, okay, that you're pretty much blocking commerce. Just like on a larger scale, the Strait of Hormuz is being blocked, which cuts off the supply of oil, which affects the logistics of product being moved from country to country, nation to nation. Okay, and what that does is that's going to increase the cost of everything. Okay, from gasoline to food products and things of that nature. Okay, it says, and the houses shall be destroyed. Okay, and men shall be afraid. Okay, it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Okay, so people are going to be without. And the love of, it says in the scriptures that the love of many shall wax cold, right? It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Because one thing Americans got a lot of is guns, okay? You know, assault rifles. I don't know how many AR-15 and AR-15 videos I've seen, how many mini Dracos videos I've seen, okay? This is a pistol packing nation, okay? Assault rifle carrying Second Amendment bound nation, okay? You know, so these swords are all over the place. So this destruction that's coming to this place is going to start, okay, with the house of Israel first. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you 2/3 specifically that don't have that hedge of protection and, you know, of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's angels, okay? So judgment is coming to this place. You best believe, if you don't fear the Heavenly Father, you know, man, you know, you're going to face destruction. That's just how it's going to be. Okay, it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, okay, and spoil their goods. Okay, people, for the lack of bread, people are going to be spoiling goods, trying to steal, trying to trade things that they stolen, just to, you know, just to keep up appearances, okay, and their pride. Okay, it says because of the lack of bread. Right, the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Right, so let's get that word tribulation. You know, in order to get a proper understanding, you got to know what these words mean. You got to get into the etymology, definitions. Tribulation, it means a cause of great trouble or suffering. A cause of great trouble or suffering. So you know what the cause is, right? The cause is this conflict, right? And these people like Pete Hegseth and others, okay, that are saying that this is the beginning of Armageddon. They are correct in saying so. However, they are incorrect as far as who the people of the Most High God are. Okay, the people of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are the Israelites. Okay, and they have it in their head that they are the chosen people. Okay, so if they're the chosen people, they're not dwelling in peace and safety. Okay, destruction is upon these people. Okay, and this is going to get a lot worse, man. You know, their satellite communications, like I say, is been dismantled, been destroyed by one of those missiles that got through the Iron Dome. Okay, you know, it's like the Iron Dome is like a protocol whereas there's like so many missiles that will not be allowed through. But if all it takes is one or two to get through, and that one that Iran shot off got through. You see, so is, you know, yeah, man, you know, that is going to cause missile misfires and misdirections and all that. So it's a win as far as Iran is concerned. All right, so You know, America got to get everything perfect. Israel got to get everything perfect. All right, the Amalekites, I should say, they call themselves. They got to get everything right. If they don't, like a mistake like that, it's a grave mistake. All right, so yeah, man, it's about to get heavy, and it's gonna get a lot worse before it get better. All right, so Lord's willing, it's just a quick hit, and I'm gonna let this go. To the next one, Shalom.